That some churches are turning to political tussle ground where wealth are amassed is no longer news. A typical example is what is presently going on in the Lord's Chosen Charismatic Movement Church, Ijesha, Lagos, Nigeria. Information we gathered from insiders reveals that what goes on in that church is what can be likened to the more you look, the less you see. We stumbled on Pastor Nnamdi of Fuebu, the traditional ruler of Omodiawa Kingdom in Umuahia area of Abia State. He is also the Chief Executive Officer of NAMSA Group of Companies and the publisher of Whispers magazines. And today, the founding pastor of Christ Choosing Generation Revival Ministry in Stocktown, Lagos. Nnamdi of Fuebu revealed to us that at a time in his life, he sought to know God and to have a cordial relationship with Him. As such, came in contact with the Lord's Choosing Charismatic Movement, pastored by Lazarus Mouka of Fuebu, sheds more light.
I come in contact with Pastor Lazarus Mouka in 2003, and that is when I came to the church, and that is when I came to the church. Since ever then, I remained there till 2006.
According to him, in that church, he had a special place he sits in recognition of his title and fame as a rich man in the society.
I don't know the pattern of their church when I got to the church. What I know that I was given a seat, and I enjoyed the companies and the congregation. I loved the people that I met at the time I met them, and I was given that place, and I was sitting and coming to the church, and then offered the much I can do at the time I was in the church.
Pastor Nnamdi said that at a point, Pastor Lazarus came to his house to tell him that God has called him, Nnamdi of Fuebu, to be a pastor.
Pastor in question, Lazarus Mouka, came to my house at the time I joined the church, and told me that God told him that I am a pastor. I should come on and then support the church, commit the church. And while I was there, while he was discussing with me, his lawyer, Barrister Obioma Oti, was there, and they convinced me beyond doubt that the best investments in this world is to invest in the things of God, and I will gain it as much as possible, and God will also increase me in every area.
Pastor Lazarus, seeing Nnamdi as a potential financial juggernaut who can be used to promote his ministry, assigned of Fuebu to lead evangelism team and planting of home care churches in Festac, Ikoyi, and environs, to the extent of going to Dubai, Abidjan, and other foreign countries. Nnamdi in all this place was said to foot the bills with a promise of refund.
When I get to the church, barely 6 months old, the place where we have not zinc, halfly zinc, and the floor was not made. We are just at the beginning of managing to come up, and then he told me that is the best thing to do is to invest greatly. Whatever that I can do, I should do it. And then he is the pastor that is telling me and encouraging me to do it. That it's a life thing. It's a life investment that I will reap greatly. I look at it as a man that having such vision and believing in his word. I can see I have some amount of money that I intended to use for building up a hotel, and I put all effort, I use it, and then I soak it into the church in every area, because he said that in the areas of establishing the churches and establishing the going for evangelism, soaking and letting the world know about what is going on in the church, what God is doing in the church. And I said, well, this is a good project, because to establish the churches all over the world and then publicize the church greatly, I took it upon myself. Then I began the work, because based on the issue, he told me that he will refund, not only refunding, with a great interest. With a great interest. And I don't have any doubt in my mind to doubt him or to think otherwise, because I believe he's a man of God, a man of God.
Out of curiosity, we asked to know how much Ofwebu spent in the Lost Chosen. He revealed to us that he spent 370 million naira, excluding tithes and offering and seed sowing.
In which he said that he will give me a fund to me. This area I'm talking about. I'm not talking about the areas of sowing seed and offerings and pledges and all that. No, I'm talking the areas of the investment proper.